Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Scholar Talks Health and Wellness, where we care for our body, mind, and soul, one conversation at a time. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. My name is Scholastica, and on this channel, we discuss topics relating to our health, physical and mental health, as well as our wellness in every area of our lives. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks for staying with me. Thanks for waiting for me. And that brings me to the topic of discussion today. Where have I been? I know it's been almost 2 months of posting a long form video on this channel. And believe me when I say it was not a plan. I did not plan to be away for that long. But life happened, or more specifically, the world happened. And I laugh when I say that because I've always taken myself to be somebody who is so resilient and won't be affected by things that are technically not my business. But the world has changed so much, and a lot is happening in the world around us, even the world far away from us, that I got hit by so much. Even though not directly, there are not things that are directly affecting me, but somehow I got lost, overwhelmed by the things happening around the world. That's the summary. And so what happened? It started slowly that every time I opened any social media platform, there was a tragic story, whether it was Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X or Twitter, WhatsApp, YouTube, anywhere. As soon as you open, you are greeted by one sad, tragic, concerning, disturbing story or headline or video. Is as bad as a child falling from a high-rise building, to toddlers being killed while just being toddlers, to young people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, dying of terminal illnesses that we used to consider disorders of or diseases of the elderly, and people slumming and dying in their 20s or even teenage years. A toddler drowning, parents being parents and still being hit by these tragic losses of their young ones, kidnappings, violence, murder on live video, and a lot accidents, heartbreaking stories that are shared in real time. And at first, I kept scrolling and telling myself I was just being informed, I was staying informed, I was knowing or getting informed about things happening in the world around me. After a while, I noticed something, that these stories were not leaving me. They show up in every conversation that I was having. I'm trying to fall asleep, and even things that are just news, I started imagining the things, the scenario, how it happened, what could have been done differently. It was with me while I was driving. Sometimes I'm driving in fear because I'm looking around. Is there a crazy driver around me? Is somebody driving mad? I'm looking in my rear view mirror. I'm looking at my side. I'm cautious. And that may be from some car accidents I've been in, but again, it's also from stories and stories of people who had their car had broken down and they were just by the side of the road and they got killed there. Someone driving within the normal speed limit and gets killed by somebody who's driving carelessly or driving under the influence. And the faces I see on social media, the stories, the pain, the videos took up so much space in my mind, in my head without paying rent. And slowly I realized that these things were affecting me emotionally. Keep in mind, I would say 98% of these things are not directly related to me. There are things I've read on social media, things I've heard in the news, videos that I've seen online, but somehow they stayed with me. And one day I told myself, I need to stop. I needed to take a break. I asked myself the difficult question: is my social media consumption helping or harming me? Is it adding to me at this point or just harming me the more? And for the first time in a very long time, I admitted that it was harming me. I used to be somebody who would come on social media when I have a bad day, and I come on social media to find good news, find something that is worth celebrating, something that makes you happy, something. But every time you turn to social media, you these days it's all sad news. Somebody abusing a minor, just disturbing news. So it adds to the problem or to your own rough life, basically. But I realized I was carrying a lot of tragedy that I was consuming every day online. I felt emotionally stimulated, exhausted, mentally drained, and I knew that I needed to step back. So I became more intentional about what I allowed into my head, what I watched on social media, even on TV, what I read, what I allowed into my mind. And honestly, it helped me. Now that I am back, I want to ask genuinely, how have you been? Really, how are you holding up? Because I know I'm not the only one who has felt overwhelmed. I know many of us are carrying emotional weight of losses that do not belong to us. We are carrying emotional baggages that are not our personal experiences. We are grieving losses that we have never personally experienced. Many of us are anxious about events happening thousands of miles away. I wake up every day wondering what's happening to the other Africans in South Africa. Wondering what's going on with people in war-torn countries. How are they coping? How are children coping? I think about places where hardship has become the order of the day. How are people coping? Especially people who have little kids, because little kids don't understand that times are hard. They are hungry and they are hungry. How are you feeding those kids? These kind of things bother me. Um, there's only so much I can do to help, and there's only so many people I can help on my own. So, and I know I'm not the only person feeling this way, or that has felt this way. So we are constantly exhausted by consuming sad, shocking, disturbing content on social media. So if that is you, I want you to know that you are not alone. A lot of us are at this place or going through this same feeling. Just, I need you to know that our brains were never designed to process tragedy from every corner of the world every single day. Years ago, we mainly knew what happened in our local communities when this social media was not there. And so, even though bad things happen, but we don't see them so much because there's only so much people in your communities. How many sad occurrences can happen at once? But now that we are minutes away from the entire world, you can be in Lagos and know everything, even know a lot of things happening in Australia, right? Because it's just minutes away, it's at the tip of your fingers, it's on your phone, you just need to have mobile data and or internet access, and you are able to see everything that's going on around the world. So it's easy for these things to creep into our mind. And while it's important for us to be aware, constant exposure can take a toll on our mental health. It can increase our anxiety, it increases fear, it increases stress, and sometimes makes the world feel much darker than it actually is. This is not to say that our world is not dark. Our world today is darker than the color black. It is dark. The evil that people do, the kind of things that people do, I'm wondering, how did you sit? How do people sit and conceive such evil plan and execute them? It's mind blowing. In a negative way, I'm just saying that our world seems dark. It is really dark. But then seeing all these things makes it even more darker or appear more darker than it actually is. Because while social media shows us every tragedy that happens under the planet, gone are the days when it shows us more acts of kindness than darkness. We used to see a lot of healing, a lot of recovery, answered prayers, testimonies, good things happening around us. These days, we only see the bad ones. So, what can we do? What can you do? What can I do to protect ourselves. Here are a few things that has helped me in the past couple of weeks that I've been away. First, be intentional about your digital consumption. Be intentional. Not every video deserves your attention. Not every headline deserves a click. Protect your mind. It's important to protect your mind. Number two, take breaks from social media when needed. Yes, identify when you need a break and take that break. You do not need to be online every moment of every day. And I'm talking to myself too. I know I'm back online, I'm seeing things, I'm being very conscious of what I allow myself to watch or videos that I spend time. When I see something that I know this is most likely going to be disturbing, I scroll past it. I go in the comments and see if there's a summary. There's no summary, I scroll past it because I know it's going to sit with me for a while. Number three, create healthy boundaries. Maybe you need to stop scrolling on your phone before bedtime. Maybe you avoid graphic videos. Maybe you limit how much news content you consume on each day. Just set those boundaries, and you know a boundary is not a boundary if you do not stand firm by it. So please set firm boundaries. Number four, fill your mind with good things too. Listen to uplifting music, read, spend time with family, create good memories, take a walk, read, pray, laugh, balance what you consume. It's important that you balance what you consume. If you every time you open your TikTok and its algorithm is funny, once you watch one, you will see more coming your way. If once you open your social media, TikTok, Instagram, anyone, Facebook, you open it and you say, oh, sadness, sadness. Find something, search by yourself, something new, something good, something lively, something kind, and watch it so that your algorithm can change. Okay. Make sure to balance what you consume. And number five, check in with yourself regularly. It's okay to ask yourself, how am I feeling? Am I overwhelmed? Am I anxious? Am I exhausted? Awareness is the first step towards healing. At this point in our world, we all need to heal. Yes, we all need to heal from the tragic, disturbing content we are consuming on social media. We may think that it's just content, it's just content. It's you don't know how much is affecting you until you try to sleep and it's replaying in your head. It's like when you listen to good music, you keep singing it, you wake up singing it, you sleep sing it before you sleep. The same thing when you occupy your mind or fill up your mind with this disturbing news, disturbing content, graphic videos on social media. So be aware of what you consume. That's the first step towards healing. And finally, do not be afraid to seek support. Again, once you know you are aware of it, please seek support. Support can mean talking to somebody you trust, talking to a professional if needed. Remember that your mental health matters just as much as your physical health. Okay, as a Christian, a believer, one verse that has brought me comfort and continues to bring me comfort when I'm looking at these social media things and help guiding me and has been like a guide towards my choices of content and videos to watch or things to consume is Philippians 4 verse 8, which says, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Now, if you do not find those things, how are you going to think about them? That does not mean that we ignore reality. It just means that we do not allow darkness to overcome or become the only thing we focus on. We can stay informed without getting consumed. We can care without carrying the weight of the entire world on our shoulders. So, in all, that's where I've been taking care of my mental health, protecting my peace, especially peace of my mind, learning to be more intentional about what I allow into my mind. But above all, I am grateful to be back. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for being here. For those that checked on me and asked about my video and YouTube channel, thank you. Before I leave or before you leave, before we depart, I genuinely want to hear from you. How have you been? How are you coping with the constant stream of difficult news online? Let's encourage one another in the comments. This video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, share with somebody who may need to see this, who may need this reminder. Until next time, be consistent and conscious about taking care of your body, your mind, and your soul. Bye for now. See you in my next video.